taking some deep breaths. So close your eyes if it feels right to do so. And just take some deep breaths into your belly. Whatever feels the most comfortable for you to do, and now you breathe is fine. There's no right or wrong way for you to be or to breathe right now. Whatever you need, wherever you are at, is fine. As you can see, I have the microphone in the frame, which I don't think I have ever done in one of my healings before, but there is another Reiki and sound healing channel that I love. They are called Mindful Frequencies, and I have linked their YouTube channel in the description beneath this video. But I just love them, and I have noticed that sometimes they will heal with a muff like this on their microphone, and I just love the extra calming, relaxing, and healing effect that having this little extra sound gives you. So I thought that I would try it, and definitely go check out their channel. So let's start with a little smoke cleanse. And I have an extra tool to use during our smoke cleanse that I am so excited to share with you. But let me get this really purifying smoke going for you first. The wood is so resilient that sometimes it takes a minute to really get the burn going. Oh yeah. Which I actually think makes it an even more healing medium, because the wood is so strong. It doesn't burn easily. Okay, here we go. Isn't this amazing? This is it's a smudge feather. And it feels like such a sacred tool that was gifted to me. And this is my first time using it. You get to be the maiden voyage. So I'll definitely be using this feather in many healings, and I'd also like to use it on you at the very end, just simply for some relaxation purposes, because I love feathers as a relaxation and healing tool. So let's go down your body here, and then of course on the side here. Isn't the feather, it's just so light, it's like you can barely even feel it as it goes across your skin, just barely touching you, but making this beautiful healing air. This makes so much sense that I would receive this as a gift, since I am a Gemini, an air sign. So I love air tools like this, and like this, although I guess this is fire, but it feels very much like air and fire working together. Alright, I think we purified you pretty quick, which means that you weren't said at the end of this healing, I'll show you this in a little more in depth, and we'll just play with it a little bit, okay? All right. Now let's get in to your healing. Whenever I begin a healing session for you, I always ask my guides and I ask your guides, what is it that you really need healing on? And if an answer doesn't come to me right away, then I don't do a healing session for you. But today I asked what you specifically need, and there is a continued theme around trust for you that we need to keep going back to and healing in deeper and deeper layers for you. So that is what we're going to be doing today. And as always, I will have some channeled messages for you as I go. But let me just feel your energy. You do feel good today. You feel like yourself. And although you may be kind of running yourself thin, like you might be doing maybe too many things, or just kind of scattered in your energy, it does feel like you are very you. And as your healer, that's my goal, is just to get you really connected to yourself in the most empowering and grounding and authentic way. So let's talk about trust. And as we do that, I'm going to be using some crystals on you. And I'm just having fun feeling you out here. But let me get the first crystal, and we will start. So the first stone that really jumped out as important for you today is this little piece of citrine. And though she is little, she is mighty. And this is a really good stone for your 5th chakra. And that is where a lot of your trust blocks, or whatever you want to call them, emotional baggage, is living, because you know things deep in here, deep in your lower chakras, but you're not exactly allowing the truth to come up and through you. You have not been allowing yourself to fully be a medium, a transmuter of the truth. So let me just kind of work this around your energies. And I'm just going to actually hold this just right here at your throat, and just really direct a lot of healing power to that area. You are so afraid of being wrong, of being punished for not saying the right thing or doing just the right thing, and I understand that. we live in a very hypersensitive and divisive world. And that's not a bad thing. That's just the way it is right now. And there's things to be gained from it and things to be lost from it, no matter what state the world is in. And in this state, we so badly want love, and we so badly want to take care of other people too. We want to feel that connection, but we're so afraid of doing it wrong and offending someone. And the whole thing can just be extremely, extremely disempowering. So I want you to see that energy in you, that mistrusting and disempowered, that resigned energy in you, to see it and just gently love it back to the truth. There's a reason that trust and truth are such similar words, at least in my reasoning. It's always felt like trust and truth were very connected, like almost the same thing. So just let yourself let go of what needs to be let go of. And know that you're not alone. You're not the only one that's feeling so overwhelmed by how much needs to get done or what you would like to change and don't know how to change. There's so much power in just doing the next step in front of you and trusting the truth of that. You don't need to know the whole big picture, and you also don't need to have some ginormous influence in order to have power. All you need to do is trust your intuition. It will always give you the next right step. And if nothing is coming to you as the next right step, that means you don't really need to do anything yet. But the next right step will be appearing to you very shortly. So trust. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to have a big plan of what has to be done and how you're going to force it to conform a certain way. All you have to do is be very gentle with yourself. Gentle and take the next right step. There's no need to put a lot of pressure on yourself to overperform. That's another symptom of oversensitivity, is that feeling of pressure to be perfect. Just let all that go. Your authentic humanness is all that's expected of you. For you to be helpful in whatever way is presented to you, whether that's a big way according to you or what you think is a small way. Often we don't know the true effect we're having on the world. We don't realize that one little compliment or one little act of helping helping someone else can actually have a bigger effect on the world than something that you think is big. So this next stone I have is my lovely piece of raw lepidolite, and I love this stone. It always is just instantly very calming to me. It's a stone to reduce emotional upset, stress, depression, anything to do with emotional dysregulation. This stone just instantly brings all the energy down to its grounded, natural state. I'm just going to hold this right over your head here and just direct some loving energy. Just directing some loving energy to your mind. What's so funny about these healings is I really don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna say. And I know I always talk a lot because these channeled messages just sort of come through. So this theme is about trust, right? And we've already talked about so many other things like power and truth, helpfulness. And it just is showing me that this theme of trust is so big, it affects every part of your life. If you don't trust yourself, if you don't trust that you've been put into the environment that you're in for a reason, you will have a really hard time moving forward. Because why would you if you don't trust it? If you don't trust yourself, it'll be hard to achieve that eunice, that deep eunice that I want you to achieve. If there's this lack of trust within you that continues. So let's just pull all of that out of you. Let's just pull all of that outside of you. Great job. Let's do it on this side. Yes. This side. This side. Just release anything within you that has been blocking you from trusting that you really are in the right place at the right time, in the right body with the right mind. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing that would ever be put in front of you that you can't handle. And I'm almost hesitant to say something like that because I think there's a lot of resentment about statements like that. Like you're never given more than you can handle kind of thing. Because there are times where our humanness just feels so broken that we really think that we can't handle it. But that is your ego. It's your ego was obsessed with really wanting to stay comfortable and just keeping a very self-protected, walled-off area so that nothing can disturb, and that's a very smart thing that we have that. It's very useful. But when we use the ego to delude ourselves that we can't handle what's given to us, it just kind of stunts our growth temporarily, not permanently. Just temporarily. Okay, just smoothing everything out. I know we're talking about a lot of big themes for you, and everything is said in the most loving and freeing way. We talk about these things because if no one else does, how will you ever see the freedom in both holding on to the thing and letting go of the thing, if that makes sense? What lives in the shadows within you never gets freedom. It's just sort of subconsciously always trapped. But when we talk about it, when we're open and vulnerable, when we trust and say the truth, that's when there's freedom around whatever we're dealing with. Doesn't matter what it is, if we give it open air energy and talk about it, we give it some room and some freedom. And the foundation of all of this, the foundation of your authenticity and your vulnerability is trust. It's basically impossible to be authentic, to be vulnerable, if you don't have any trust happening in here. And I'm so glad that you trust me enough to do these really deep healings with you, because they're important for you. You were led to me for a reason. You're never misled. So I appreciate you trusting me and doing these deep healings with me. Just gonna pull a little bit out of your heart, dear. Any old pain from your heart. Just pulling that out. All right. So this next stone is blue calcite. It is, guess what? Another 5th chakra for your throat right here. 5th chakra supporting stone. For whatever reason, I was just so led to all of my 5th chakra stones for you today, which, as I said, just tells me that there's a lot going on for you in your 5th chakra. It's not just about verbal expression. It's about all the ways you express yourself. It could be the way that you write, but it can even be the way that you hold yourself, the way that you dance, the way that you walk, or if you smile or don't smile. All those things are connected to your sense of expression, which all lives in this beautiful throat chakra. It's meant to sort of bathe you in this very calming, serene energy so that you just calmly and peacefully express yourself. That's a big theme of the power of this stone, is inciting peace and calm, so that all that is expressed is aligned with the peace and calm that is naturally always reachable within you. This feels important for trust, remembering that peace and calm are naturally always alive within you. And even in the moments that you don't feel you have access to them, it's just breathing and gently inviting the remembrance of that state, the remembrance of peace and calm. There's so much natural confidence in that. How does this feel? I want you to really sensually feel the energy, which is why I like this so much, because it's like it creates a superhighway through your ears, to your mind, to your whole embodiment, the feeling of this peace and calm. Peace and calm. Trusting yourself does not need to be difficult. In fact, it's a very simple thing. It's as simple as just taking the next step in front of you. When you are walking, if that's an ability that you personally have at this moment in your life, to walk. When you are walking, you don't need to even think about if your left foot will make it to its next step. It's just so automatic. You just know that the next step will land, and then the next step will land. And that is trust. Trust is always alive within you, and we take for granted that there are already so many things that we do in our lives in a very trusting way, because we've just been trusting for so long that we don't question anymore. The trust is so patterned in particular ways. So how can you invite that automatic patterned trust into the areas of your life where you have been afraid? Because wherever you are afraid in your life, that is where you lack trust. It's like just that simple. Where there is fear, there's lack of trust. And where there's lack of trust, there's a difficulty for love, your true self, your true love, to take hold. So how can you just embody this? face now, and it's great. It's so great. All right. You feel really good. So as I said earlier, I wanted to end this session with you with some really comforting and relaxing time with this beautiful sacred smudge feather. You can see that it has a peacock feather in the middle, and I'm genuinely not sure. Maybe ostrich feather. I bet that's what that is, this white feather. And then it has a beautiful, if you can see it, it looks like just a clear quartz crystal. And then I love this handle with these tassels and this beautiful gold and blue. I feel very honored to be the arbiter of such a sacred healing tool. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to gently brush your face with this, just like this. Does that feel okay? Alright, great. So let's just gently brush your face. Brush your face. And brush your face. I want you to just really feel into how relaxed you are. Just go even deeper. Feel how loved you are. We humans are so loved despite ourselves. That's what grace is all about, right? Grace is being so loved and so gifted with care and good things, even when we feel that we don't deserve it. Even when we are focused on our character defects or shortcomings, this grace and this eternal love is still constantly given to us. And it's what I want you to feel right now. And really know that you've never really made a misstep in your life. Because even when we do get off track and make kind of a weird decision that takes us in a weird direction, we are always rerouted in some way. So really we can't mess this up. We can prolong our suffering by denying ourselves and denying the truth. But like I said, God, the universe, source energy, whatever you are interested in calling it, will always be gently bringing us back around. Because we are divine miracles. We deserve all the support and help It's totally okay to be wrong sometimes. You are asked to trust even after you might have felt that you were wrong. In fact, that's the most important time to trust, is after you thought you were wrong or you made a mistake. Often what we think is a misstep or a mistake is actually not. A real misstep would be when you were being willfully destructive or willfully lying or something like that. Those are the times when we know we're doing something bad or wrong or hurtful or destructive. Those are the real missteps. Not you accidentally not saying hello to somebody. That's not really a mistake. That's just something that happened. I hope that makes sense to you. This is really relaxing for me as well. To just gently brush you with this beautiful feather. Again, I'm so honored to have it and that I get to use it on you. We'll definitely be seeing this feather in more healings. All right. I hope that you feel well relaxed, and let me know what you think of using this muff, I'm gonna call it, in healings. I just think it adds a little something. But if you don't like it, tell me as well, because I want to do what works best for you. So now it is your job to go to sleep, to really just let everything go. There's absolutely nothing from the past that's useful for you to hold on to right now. Just let everything go. Yes, you're doing great. I hope that this was a really powerful healing for you. I know that it was for me. And I'm so grateful that I get to do this with you. I'll never stop telling you that, because it will probably remain true. So for as long as it remains true, I will continue to say it. So have an excellent sleep. mind. Let your mind just relax and let go. You don't